Hello students, how are you all? So children, can you tell me how many languages you can speak, write or understand? Yes, we know many languages like Marathi, English and Hindi. Even some of us know Kannada, Konkani, Urdu and many more. So you know students, to speak and understand these languages, we must know the important thing. And you know what it is? Yes, it is English grammar. We should be perfect with our grammar. It helps us to understand and communicate the language well. So students, imagine if someone is talking with you and his or her grammar is not good. She is not speaking or forming the sentences properly. How you will understand what is she or he trying to talk to you or trying to tell you, isn't it? So for that our grammar should be perfect. Then only our English will be good. So students, let's see lesson number 1, kinds of sentences. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. So students, a group of words which makes complete sense is known as a sentence. Now, a sentence always begins with a capital letter. So students, you all know that a sentence always begins with a capital letter. You can see this sentence is also beginning with a capital letter. There are four kinds of sentences: assertive sentences, imperative sentences, interrogative sentences, and exclamatory sentences. Now let's go through assertive sentences. An assertive sentence states or declares something. It can be affirmative or negative. It always begins with the subject and ends with a full stop. So students, assertive sentences are those sentences which state something or declare something. Means these sentences tell us something. It can be affirmative. Affirmative means to agree on something, or also they can be negative. It always begins with a subject. Now students, do you remember we have studied subject and predicate? Yes or no? So subject is the person or thing which we are talking about. And in this sentence it always begins with the subject, means the thing or the person about which we are talking, and ends with a full stop. Now let's see some of its examples here. It was a boring film. So students, can you see here? Here it is used. It is a pronoun and it is used for the subject. Okay, so now it was a boring film. Now this is an affirmative sentence. And can you see here? In this sentence, it is declared that the film was boring. Now next is, it was not a boring film. Now students, can you see here? Here not is used. So this sentence is negative sentence. The negative sentence contains words like no, not, none, nothing, never, etc. Now students, let's go through some of the examples of assertive sentences. We are going to picnic tomorrow. Now can you see students, here they are declaring that they are going for a picnic tomorrow. So this is an affirmative assertive sentence. We are not going to picnic tomorrow. Can you see students, here not is used. So this one is a negative sentence. Ria plays basketball well. Now can you see here, again it is declared that Ria plays basketball well. So now this is also an affirmative sentence. Next, Ria does not plays basketball well. So can you see here, here not is used. So this one is a negative sentence. They all are good friends. Now students, can you see that it is declared that they all are good friends. So this is an affirmative sentence. They all are not good friends. Now can you see here, again not is used. So this sentence is negative. So students, I hope you would be clear with the assertive sentences. Now students, let's go through imperative sentences. An imperative sentence makes a request or gives a command or an instruction. It can be affirmative or negative and always ends with a full stop. So students, many times we make request or give command to someone, or even we give some instructions. So the sentences which we use while doing all these things are known as imperative sentences. Okay students. Now it can be affirmative. Affirmative means to agree on something, or also they can be negative. And always these sentences also end with a full stop. Now we'll go through some of its examples. Clear the table immediately. Now can you see students? Now this is what? It is an command. So it is an affirmative because not is not used here. Be quiet please. Now can you see here please is used, and students, we all know it very well that we are using the word please while making some of the request, while doing some request to anyone. And can you see here, this is also affirmative imperative sentences. Now next is don't hurry. Now this is a negative sentence. Don't is used, so negative. So this is what? It is an instruction given. An imperative sentence does not have a subject. Now can you see here? These sentences don't have any subject. The subject you is understood. The imperative sentence giving negative information generally begins with don't or do not. Now you can understand why when we are using these sentences, we can easily come to know, or we can understand to whom we are making request or giving command or giving instruction. Okay students, and most of the time or generally these imperative sentences begin, negative imperative sentences begin with do not, don't or do not. Students, let's go through some of its examples. Sit down. Can you see? This is an instruction given. Please give me some water. Now this is a request. Clean your room. Now this is a command. These all are affirmative. Don't touch that. Now can you see here? Don't is used. So this one is a negative sentence, and this is also a command. Please join us for dinner. Now this one is a request because please is used here. Now students, let's see what are interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence asks a question. It can be affirmative or negative and always ends with a question mark. So students, we have seen many questions till now. Yes or no? And even what I'm asking is a question. So these all questions are called as interrogative sentences. Okay students. Now they also can be affirmative or negative. As I told you, affirmative means to agree on something, and they always as usual end with a question mark. Okay students. Now let's go through some of its examples. Number 1, who gave you this book? Now this is an affirmative sentence. It is an interrogative. Can you see here? Here a question is asked. Next, are you coming for the picnic? Again this one is also affirmative. Shouldn't we wait? Now students, can you see here? Shouldn't is used. So this is negative. Why didn't you take me along? Now again this one is also negative because didn't is used. See now, most interrogative sentences begin with WH words such as who, what, when, where, how, etc. Some interrogative sentences begin with helper verbs such as is, are, does, has, etc. Okay students, so interrogative sentences begin with WH words. Can you see? Now we are also using it in our day-to-day life whenever we are asking any question. Who, beginning with what, when, where, how. Yes or no students? And also some of interrogative sentence begin with the helper words like is, are, does, has. Yes or no? Is he coming to school today? Are they going for a picnic tomorrow? Yes or no? So same way, such types of questions are known as interrogative sentences. Students, let's go through some of its examples. Interrogative sentences. First one is, where do you live? Now can you see, this one is affirmative. Where is used. So WH, it is starting with a WH question. Where do you live? Next, What is your favorite snacks? This is also again affirmative sentence. How is your mother now? Now can you see? How is your mother now? Again this one is also an affirmative sentence. Didn't they complete their work on time? So now didn't is used here. So this one is a negative sentence. Next, isn't it true? Now can you see here again isn't it is used. So this one is also a negative interrogative sentence. Why you didn't complete your homework? Now can you see again here didn't is used. So this one is also a negative interrogative sentence. So you understood, students, what is interrogative sentence? So students, now we'll see what are exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence expresses some sudden or strong feeling. It can be affirmative or negative. It always ends with an exclamation mark. So students, the sentences which we used to show our sudden or strong feeling like happiness, sadness, anger or many more are called as an exclamatory sentence. It can be affirmative or negative and it always ends with an exclamation mark. Let's see some of its examples. Number 1. What a beautiful rainbow. Can you see? This is affirmative. Okay, students. Now it is a happy feeling. Beautiful rainbow. How big this garden is. Again, this one is affirmative. How dare you not tell me the truth. Now this one is negative because not is used here. Next. Never have I seen such a terrible sight. Now can you see here never is used. So this one is negative. The subject and verb in exclamatory sentences either occur at the end of a sentence or are completely left out. So students, while we are in exclamatory sentences, the subject means what the thing or the person about which we are talking, it comes at the last. Can you see here? Now rainbow is coming here at the end or garden is also coming here at the end, or either it is completely left out, okay, or either it is not at all used in the sentence. Students, let's go through some of its examples. Exclamatory sentences. How beautiful this place is. Can you see? Now this is also an affirmative sentence. That was a smart move, Rohan. Now this is also an affirmative sentences. Ah, wonderful. It means it is wonderful. So this is also expressing a sudden or strong feeling. So this is also an exclamatory sentence. What a tasty ice cream. So this is also an exclamatory sentence. Affirmative. So students, I hope you would have understood the different kinds of sentences, and your homework is that you have to search five different examples of each type of sentences and write it down in your notebook.